Hey, so welcome. I don't know if anybody's here yet, but it's David at Valley and Beyond, and we're going to spend a little time together this morning and talk about meditation. Um, so, I guess the first thing I'd like to do is maybe explain why I decided to do this. Just to give you a brief history, we about a year ago, a little more than a year ago, it became really clear to me that meditation, the whole idea of meditation, was really growing. Now, I want you to know that meditation is probably about a 5,000-year-old fad. It's not something really that new, but about a year ago for us, what had happened is, our company had I'm in Calgary, Alberta, Canada, and things had gotten a little tight here financially, and we were looking for what's next, what were we going to do next, and it became obvious to me that people had been buying from me for years all kinds of things to create meditation spaces in their homes, and so that idea opened up that I could maybe help with that. And it really fit with my purpose, what I wanted to do in life, how it met with my values. I mean, I like the idea of making a difference in people's lives, like directly making a difference in people's lives, and so the idea of going back to Indonesia, where I've been doing business for quite a while, and having a meditation stool made, which I'm sitting on, so you can't see it, was important for me. And so that's what I did. I went to Indonesia and last year, and I had a few different designs made, and brought them home that would be 2017, and people tried the different designs that I had made, and then we had a winner, which is the one I'm sitting on, and I went back in February this year and ordered 500 of these meditation stools, and also 500 little altars, because I think that if you're going to have a space, a meditation space or a sacred space, that having a little altar with it is a good idea. And so that's kind of the direction that we've taken since over a year now. Right away, like a year ago, I started asking people about their meditation practice, and I probably talked to, I don't know, 300, 500 people about their meditation practice, and a lot of folks have said to me, well, I should meditate, or I've tried meditation, or people have actually said, I've tried meditation and meditation doesn't work for me. And I'd be like, what do you mean it doesn't work for you? What did you expect it to do? What were you looking for? And so a lot of times people would say, well, I can't get my mind to stop. And forgive me, but often I would laugh and say, well, of course. I mean, that's kind of the way it is. It's a practice. Meditation is a practice, and eventually we get to recognize that the mind is kind of running on its own. It's a tool, and it's always running around looking for situations, or evaluating your situation, and if you're trying to meditate, it's going to be evaluating all kinds of things. And so I've had lots of fun with people talking about that, that the mind is, well, if you've meditated, and that it just goes everywhere. It'll think about food and relationship and work, and did I leave the stove on? I mean, it'll just pop around and do all kinds of things. And I think that the idea that you're going to calm your mind, or that your mind's going to stop, is not likely. Not in the yeah. Anyway, it takes some time. And one of the things that has to happen is that you actually get to see, to watch the mind and recognize that there's a separation between you and the mind, and that we're not our mind. Well, that's it. Actually, we're going to do this for 14 weeks, so we'll go deeper into that as we do this. One of the things that became obvious to me was that a lot of people who said, yes, I would like to meditate, didn't have a big enough why. The question, why should I meditate? What's in it? What's in it for me? What's in it for you? So part of what I want to do today is to talk about the why, the possibilities of benefits that can happen when you meditate, when we meditate, and then I'm going to talk a little bit about the history. I actually put some notes together, if that's okay with you guys. I put some notes. So I want to talk about the history, the benefits, and a little bit of the how-tos. And the why. The why and the benefits are kind of the same, aren't they? And I went online, actually, and did some research. Now, I've been meditating. I mean, I have to be really honest. I have not been meditating consistently. Like, I'm not... I'm like one of those people that I just talked about, where, it's important for me to get a bigger why. And because, even though my meditation practice started probably in the late 70s, I'm dating myself a little bit. I began the practice of meditation in the late 70s and through the 80s, 90s. My God, that's a long time, isn't it? and yet I don't consider myself any kind of a expert in the subject. I like group meditations, and I've traveled with. I had a teacher years ago, and spent a lot of time with him in group meditation, where we would sometimes meditate with 60 or 70 of us for an hour or 2 hours, so I like that, and that was a few years ago. And we do just a bit of an aside. We do a group meditation here in this room, although I think we're going to outgrow this room pretty quickly, on Monday nights, and we call it Meditation Mondays. Just like this is going to be the extension of that. So I like that, and back to my history, personal history with meditation. I think I'm a lot like a lot of people that might be watching this, or hopefully will tune in to us over the 14 weeks. I'm not an avid meditator, so I'm not coming to you as an expert in the subject. I've been doing some research. I'm more and more talking to people and see that there's a huge need for folks to see the benefits, and so that's what we want to do, is to help you to begin the practice and do it on a daily basis. A little bit more about my history and the experience with meditation. I was married to this woman once, this beautiful woman, and she was an avid meditator, like more than I, and she helped me because I'm a little ADD, and that's not an excuse, and certainly I'm not, it's just, but she helped me to get started by using a timer. So I would sit for like 5 minutes with a timer, and I'm going to suggest that with you if you're new, and you can just have set your phone beside you, and put the timer on for 5 minutes, or 3 minutes. I think anybody could I don't know. What do you think? Can you meditate for 3 minutes? That would be a good start, you know. And so get the timer on your phone, sit it beside you, 3 minutes, 5 minutes, and just sit. And we're not going to talk much about posture today, but there's lots of evidence that sitting with a straight back in a comfortable position like this is beneficial. And we'll talk in the future about breath, and that, you know, a lot of people have, you know, in their practice focus on their breath, and when we do a little meditation here in a bit, we're going to start with a bit of breathing and move into that. But so posture, I think, is important, and hence my little meditation stools and make a difference. I also think having a place, like a designated space, is a good idea. And now the truth is, you can meditate anywhere. Like really anywhere. You know, you can pull up to a red light and drop into a bit of a meditation space. You know, and then the guy behind you will beep his horn, and and you'll be off. But you can meditate anywhere. And though, if you have a space created in your home, you're more likely to do it. You know, and I think it's universal that people want to, you know, and you know, and maybe, and I think hopefully we'll see. I'd like your feedback if you're in the same kind of a situation as many people where you'd like to, or you feel like you should, and you maybe just don't know how, or you know, you don't have a space, or what are the reasons why you're not, you know, meditating on a regular basis. And if you are, I'd love to hear if you make a comment on this video, you know, a little bit about yourself, or you could also refer, you know, to what kind of a practice you follow. One of the things that we want to do, you know, kind of as a company, is that we don't want to do a particular practice or follow a particular type of meditation, because I think there's so many possibilities out there for you know, different types of meditation, and that we want to exclude anybody. We want to include everybody. That's what we want to do. We plan to include everybody, and so whatever it is that type of meditation that you do, if you want to make a note of it on this cast, on this live feed, that would be awesome. Also, if you want to invite friends, we'd love that if you could invite friends. And yeah, so what can I tell you? Let's talk a bit about the history. We made some notes, okay? Meditation goes, well, it says the exact date of meditation's origin is unknown. Imagine that. But archaeologists and scholars agree it's around 5,000 years old. What do you think? Anyway, could be pre-5,000. Teachings from the Hindu faith, I guess, were meditators. Then the Taoists in China, and the Buddhists in India. And the talks here, we made a couple of notes. The Buddha who lived and taught in, I don't have to say that, do I? The Buddha who lived and taught in Southeast Asia. Now, you guys know that. Anyway, the Buddha. He founded an experimental path that inspired generations of practitioners, that still going on, I imagine, to sit in mindful awareness and breathe their way to a calm mind and peace. Actually, I didn't write that. Earl wrote that. And then he wrote, benefits of health through meditation. Let's talk about sleep. Let's talk about sleep for a minute. And just, I don't know if anybody that's watching ever has difficulty sleeping or falling asleep or staying asleep, but we did a whole bunch of research, and we found that meditation really makes a difference in your sleep. And most important, sleep, the brain region. This is your R.E.M. stage of sleep, quality over quantity, hours of natural sleep, I don't know. Anyway, Earl wrote that, and I have trouble just reading. Melatonin boosts this sleep. And melatonin is critical for falling to sleep, and is normally boosted and peaks at the brain right before bedtime. And So I'm going to see if I can figure this out. There's a connection between meditation and melatonin. And less stress, more melatonin. Oh, needed sleep through meditation. Stress, it says, is a real negative vortex. Not one of my words. The number one enemy of those looking to sleep fewer hours per night. Thankfully, there's time-tested, all-natural solution. Did you write this, Earl? Training your body through meditation to naturally generate more melatonin is far more healthy in the short and long term than through supplementation. Play the long game. I actually take melatonin at night because as we get, as our bodies are here on the planet longer, we produce less of it. And because it couldn't be related to stress, because I'm certainly not stressed. Well, maybe I have been a little bit. Just a short story. I have this container coming with all my stuff from Indonesia. My meditation stools and a whole, it's a 40-foot sea can, and it's going to fill up my warehouse. I'd love for you to come down and have a look at it. And anyway, it got held up by customs, and they've had it for 3 weeks. It's going on to a month now. It's late getting here, and so yeah, that creates stress. I have to really focus on letting go. So for me, the process of meditation, a lot of what happens in meditation is letting go, and I drop into a state. Look, the more I'm talking about meditation, the more my body wants to do it. So he says, how to sleep through meditation, training the mind to need less sleep. So easy to take a personal crisis, never-ending to-do list. Oh yeah. Anyway, I can't read all this. Meditation versus sleep. Oh, this one I like. So did you know that if you meditate for about 20 minutes, it's the equivalent in your body of about 3 hours of sleep? So just 20 minutes in the morning is an extra 3 hours, or the equivalent of an extra 3 hours in bed, which is kind of exciting. So that's a huge benefit. We made a list of benefits. I'm going to see what I can do here, because obviously I'm not going to be able to just read these. So Earl made a list, actually. Great sleep, need less sleep, boost serotonin. I don't know what the heck that means, but we want to boost serotonin. This is from meditation. This is a list we got from a pretty cool website. Have more energy, boost melatonin, lose weight. You can lose weight from meditation. That's interesting, isn't it? I mean, the popular, information is that losing weight has to do with exercise and diet and exercise and diet and exercise and diet and we're telling you that you can lose weight by meditation. I think that's interesting. Beat addiction. I know that in the 12-step world, that meditation is a big part of recovery. And if you're in the 12-step world and you know what I'm talking about, step 11 is about prayer and meditation, and so it certainly has a big deal. I mean, it really is the cornerstone of recovery is meditation. Faster healing of injuries, chronic inflammation. Now, does meditation give us chronic inflammation, or will it help with chronic inflammation? I think it will help. Is anybody inflamed? Anyway, this will help. Strengthens immunity, healthier heart, aids in digestion, cures headaches. Now, these are not claims. these are not claims, but this has been the experience of the ages. Helps with PMS. Imagine, see. Says that meditation helps with pregnancy. I'm not sure. I'm going to have to research that more deeply, because I don't know the connection. Increases libido. Oh, there we go. So that could be the tie together with the pregnancy thing. Lower respiratory rate, better breathing, better circulation, less muscle tension, relaxes the nervous system, lower cholesterol, younger skin. I don't know how that got on the list, but imagine that meditation will give you younger skin. Now, some of my clients that have been coming in here and saying, gee, I don't know how, or, when people say they don't know how, or they don't have time, or they're not very good at it, it's really that they just are not motivated. It's not that their value hasn't been met. What is important to them? And I think younger skin would be a high value for lots of people. So I think we're just going to focus on that anyway. So and help senior health, longevity, whole brain synchronization. So that was only 26 on that list, but that was a lot of things that are benefits for meditation, and it goes on and on and on. So my thought, I guess, is that it's growing. The whole idea of meditation is growing. Since I started to really focus on the side of it where we were going to help people create meditation spaces. And by the way, my mantra is that we're going to help create a meditation space in every home, in every place of work. Could you imagine having a little meditation place at work? No, not the lunchroom, but a little space where you would go and sit for 10 minutes at any time during the day to kind of rejuvenate and to settle down, to tap into source, if you will. So meditation space at work and in every home and every place of work. We, I see the possibility of, raising the vibration of the planet, actually, one meditator at a time. Our goals are to have, this year, we only have 500 stools. They're going to go really fast. They'll be gone way before Christmas for sure, and 500 altars and the kits that we put together. But next year, our plan is for 10,000. And if you think that's a good idea, we could use your help with that, but the whole idea of meditation, I don't think that, I'm not here to sell you on meditation. I'm here to inform you of the benefits and go a little deeper into the subject. But there's a lot of people out there that are already selling you on meditation. I think that if you have a therapist, do you have a therapist? If you have a therapist, your therapist is going to suggest that you meditate. If you're in recovery or in a treatment center, they're going to suggest that you meditate. If you're in jail, I suggest that you meditate. But then when you look at Oprah is saying meditate, Deepak is saying meditate, most of the organized religions suggest meditation. Your psychiatrist is going to say meditate. I haven't looked into it, but I'll bet that Jung said meditate. And we're going to do a whole lot more information on that as we go along over the next little while. We're going to have some guests as well over the next 14 weeks. And I know who's telling everybody to meditate. Your yoga teacher. The yoga teachers have been they've been huge in the change that's happened, because I remember actually going to yoga 15 years ago, and we didn't meditate at yoga. We would go and do our practice and it would be over. We'd have a little savasana at the end. But now most yoga teachers have their little singing bowl, and they're tapping it, and they're saying, "Okay, you guys, let's If you've been to yoga, you've heard that. And everybody sits and meditates for 3 to 5 minutes, and there's such a wave actually happening right now. You can Google mindfulness classes. Mindfulness is the new word. At schools, they're teaching kids to be mindful. I think they're not calling it meditation. There's some concern about meditation being basically spiritually based, and we're all about political correctness here in Canada, so we wouldn't want to do that. But so they're calling it mindfulness. And I think mindfulness is a great way to bring people inside and have folks connect with their inner self, and they're doing it in schools, and that's great. And actually, they are doing it in prisons and hospitals, and So people are getting educated everywhere on meditation, and we just plan to be part of it. What else can I tell you? This may be shorter than I thought. I don't even know what time I'm at. How much? We're 7 minutes in?
25.
We're 25 minutes? Oh my gosh. I had no idea. I talked for 25 minutes. I haven't hardly stopped or taken a breath. Okay, so this is our first time. We don't have we didn't have a timer for me or anything, to tell me where I'm at. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to do like a 3-minute. Could you guys do a 3-minute meditation? Let's do a 3-minute quiet meditation. And normally I would have my phone here and I would set my timer on my phone for the meditation. But I can't do that because actually my phone is recording this. So anyway, we're going to do a 3-minute meditation, and it's just, I don't know, wherever you are, hopefully you're somewhere safe. Just close your eyes. If you're sitting somewhere, just close your eyes. 3 minutes will fly by. Take a few breaths. Just breathe into your belly. Feel your shoulders, just get in your body a bit. Feel your shoulders and loosen them up, and loosen your jaw a bit. Feel your butt you're sitting on. If your hands maybe on your knees like I do, or sometimes folded in front of you. We're just going to drop into that space. So with the mind, just watch the thoughts. The trick here is to let go of them. If some all-important thought comes up, it can wait. Just let it go, and watch as the next one comes. And let it go, and watch as the next one comes, and let it go. And remember to breathe. And it doesn't matter whether you're in a quiet spot or if you're sitting in traffic or you're pulled over and there's lots of noise. Just include the noise. Just let it be wherever it is.
come back to the present.
Mm-hmm. Thanks, Earl. I want to thank Earl for, Earl's been our cameraman this morning and our technical fella, helped write some of the material. So I appreciate him. He's enthusiastic about the possibilities of Project Awakening, which is what I call what we're doing, Project Awakening, as I am. He's pretty excited about it, so thank you, Earl. A couple of quick reminders. So we have here at the shop, we have at 6:30 on Mondays, we have like a group meditation. So we call it Meditation Mondays, and love you to come and sit with us. And we're not here a long time. We're only here about an hour, in and out. A little discussion, a little meditation, a little discussion about after. The other thing is that I'd love it if you follow us on Instagram and like our page. And if you send us a message, you can on Facebook. You can we'll get connected on Messenger, and because we're going to be making announcements on Messenger and doing giveaways on Messenger and using that mode of communication more. So love you guys, and I just wish you great experience with meditation and an amazing life. And I think that all of our lives can be enhanced by the practice of meditation. And so share this video and stay in touch, and we'll do this again next Monday morning at 10 o'clock, and love it if you join us then. Cheers, love you, talk soon.